We're cooking. We're cooking this morning. We are cooking this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? How are we feeling? Probably one of the shittiest days of the year. The NFL Pro Bowl, AFC, NFC is on today, but we are going to get into Super Bowl talks. Super Bowl 58. We're taking the trip. We'll be at the game in Las Vegas, Nevada. Super Bowl 58, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes. But in the meantime, we're going to talk a little bit of the Pro Bowl, the absolute clown show. It's a circus. And on the other hand, we're going to talk some Super Bowl props. We're going to run through them. We're going to talk anytime touchdown scores, some narratives, how we're feeling, early week thoughts on Super Bowl 58, Brock Purdy, Patty Mahomes. We've already talked about the narratives of the waxing crescent moons, the team who travels east against a team traveling west. We'll get into all of it. But where should we start? Let's start a little Pro Bowl talk. What's on today? We also have a major Wisconsin versus Purdue game. But, yeah, we're actually going to flick that on. Pro Bowl. NFC won last year. We're looking at an even line. Flip of a coin toss, whatever you want it. AFC, NFC. I placed a wager, which is just absolutely wild. We took AFC money line. We locked that in. AFC money line in the Pro Bowl today. AFC money line in the Pro Bowl today. We are exactly 1 week out of Super Bowl 58 in Vegas. And we start today's show by telling you AFC money line in the Pro Bowl. We're currently watching some Wisconsin Purdue ball, but we're riding AFC money line. Flag football. We are betting on flag football on February 4th. However, let's talk props. Let's talk anytime touchdown scores. Let's talk narratives of Super Bowl 58 early week thoughts. When I first look at this game, obviously heavy public bets, public money, as you can probably check it right now, coming in on the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw the line open at 3, 2.5, went down to almost, 1.5, 1.5, and now it's back up to 2, which is pretty interesting considering all the money and all the bets that are coming in on the Kansas City Chiefs. But for me, it doesn't make a dent. I don't care if 100% of the money's on the Kansas City Chiefs. If you didn't learn in Buffalo, if you didn't learn in Baltimore, I understand that the sharp action, the sharp money is probably rolling with this 49ers team, but I don't care. I truly do not care. Yep, we're staring down the barrel of Chiefs money line right now at plus 110. And the Chiefs plus 2. But what did we lock in last week before the championship games? Last week. We took the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. It was plus 600. We smacked a little 250 bones on it to bring home 1,500. What else did we take? We locked in Travis Kelce, Super Bowl MVP, before the Baltimore Ravens game. We put a little over $300 on that. That's returning $10K. Now his odds are all the way down to what? Plus 1,600, plus 1,200 I saw on some books. That's unreal. So we already have a ticket riding for $1,500 for the Chiefs to beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl, which we placed last week before the championship round. Now, we see a bunch of money coming in on the Kansas City Chiefs. And let's get into some of the narratives. One of the funnier ones here, in the last 30 years, every time the Super Bowl has been played in between two teams, one team traveling east and one team traveling west, which would be the Kansas City Chiefs, the team traveling west is 7-0, which is just absolutely absurd. So in the last 30 years, 7 games has had a team traveling east and a team traveling west in Las Vegas. So the 49ers would be traveling east from San Fran, and the Kansas City Chiefs would be traveling west. The team who has been traveling west is 7-0. That is fucking hilarious. And then again, here's another one. The Chiefs, over their past 20 games, playing under a waxing crescent moon, are 19-1. And the Super Bowl is due to be under a waxing crescent moon. I remember when that stat came out on Thanksgiving, when the Detroit Lions don't play well under a waxing crescent moon. They're like 0-10 or something. It was something hilarious. And then Jordan Love came out on Thanksgiving and the Packers fucking rolled them. So there's 2 stats backing the Chiefs. But now, my personal thoughts and personal take on this game is I feel, one, the 49ers the past 2 games, they got outplayed by Detroit 100%. A couple 4th down drops by Josh Reynolds. It's a different game. If Dan Campbell puts the points on the board, where Andy Reid in a Super Bowl situation, they're putting the points on the board with Harrison Butker both times. But if Andy Reid puts points on the, or if Dan Campbell puts the points on the board, it's a different ball game. There's an ad. I have a fucking ad on mine. It's honestly been mental, self-harming team mistakes, where then you go back to the divisional round and the Packers, Anders Carlson misses the field goal, young rookie kicker, and then they get the ball back to try to answer, and Jordan Love throws an interception. So I feel like in both the divisional round and the championship round, the 49ers get outplayed. And it wasn't until the final moments of both games, final drives, where Brock Purdy, give credit to him, came in clutch. But honestly, it wasn't even with fantastic throws. It was his playmaking ability with his feet, which is wild. So honestly, Brock Purdy hasn't impressed me with his playmaking ability over the air. It's been with his feet. We've honestly seen some very sketchy passes early in the game. Obviously, he has the interception in the first half. First throw of the game against the Packers should have been a pick 6. Guy drops it. So there's definitely been some early game jitters, which we don't see out of Mahomes from Brock Purdy. and then the playmaking ability down the stretch with his legs. If you take that away, 49ers get outplayed in both games. And then when you look at the other side of the football, yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs get a good role in the wild card round. You know, they bring in the Miami Dolphins. That's a good roll of the dice. The Dolphins choke and fumble the AFC. They ended up rolling them because they were playing in 0-degree weather. Next week, see, this is where the next 2 weeks things get interesting because no one liked the Chiefs. It was the Bills' year. It was the Buffalo Bills' year. It was finally Josh Allen's opportunity to beat Patrick Mahomes. They're playing at home. Bills Mafia, break some tables, throw some snowballs. Bills Mafia. And Patrick Mahomes comes out and throws a perfect game. On the road in Buffalo. And once again, Buffalo couldn't get the job done against Mahomes in the playoffs. Following week, we get all the narratives. They're going in to play the best defense in the league. Probably the best atmosphere in playoff football. The biggest game in Baltimore Ravens home field history. Never have hosted an AFC championship game in Baltimore. The biggest game in Baltimore history. Pete, can you hold the phone over there? And Patrick Mahomes, once again, also another narrative. Teams coming off of beating Josh Allen in the playoffs, 0-5. Taylor Swift and the gang, they roll into Baltimore, and they get the job done again. Lamar Jackson looks like he rewinds the clock once again. Tricks everyone into thinking a running back playing quarterback can make the big plays on the third downs, can make the down the field throws. He once again came out and chokes. And Patrick Mahomes aces. Starts that game 10 for 10. So now, I also think I read a stat that teams coming off of 2 road wins entering the Super Bowl have never lost a Super Bowl. Let me repeat that. Teams who are coming in off of 2 road wins have never lost in the Super Bowl. The 49ers are rolling in, coming off 2 home games they got outplayed, have won how many games now in a row? Obviously, they lost the week 18 with the backups to Carson Wentz at home. But there's a lot of juices, a lot of energy rolling into this game for the 49ers, and I just can't get behind it. They may have the better roster. They may have a couple better pieces on defense, though I think the Chiefs' defense is just as good. And to rely on a defense nowadays in the NFL just does not work. Your defense has to be good, but it's not necessarily going to win you a football game, especially with Patrick Mahomes under center. We saw it last week. Patrick Mahomes went into the living room, into the home of the best defense in the league. The Baltimore Ravens, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, Marlon Humphreys, fucking Kyle Hamilton. And he diced them. Pacheco running wild, 11 catches for well over 100 yards for Kelsey. Rashee Rice making plays. MVS making plays. And you know these big guys, I swear, Justin Watson will make a game different, make a difference in this game. Mahomes knows how to make players come in big situations and make big plays. We'll see Justin Watson. We'll see Mecole Hardman. We'll see Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We'll see Isaiah Pacheco. Obviously with Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. And Mahomes' playmaking ability when it comes down to it with his legs, go watch the highlights of back in 2021 or 2020, Super Bowl 54, when these 2 teams faced off, when it was Kyle Shanahan against Andy Reid. Go watch that Super Bowl highlight. The Chiefs were dead. There were 7 minutes left in the ball game. It was 20-10. Mahomes had just turned the ball over off of the deflected pass. 7 minutes left. 49ers get the ball, and they're up 10. And it didn't even make a dent. Mahomes didn't even blink. Mahomes didn't even Mahomes did not faze him. Mahomes did not faze him. 20-10, Niners ball. Defense gets a stop. They go right down the field. Travis Kelce touchdown. They get one more stop. Damian Williams had a massive game. And then they get one more stop. And Damian Williams actually scores one more touchdown. And they won that game by double digits, 31-20. They were down 20-10 with 7 minutes left. And they won the game 31-20 in 7 minutes. That's the difference maker in these big games. I had the opportunity. I had the chance to go to the Super Bowl last year. I witnessed it with my 2 goddamn own eyes. Patrick Mahomes limping into the locker room, down double digits at halftime, was on the top of the world, being from Philadelphia. The Eagles had it in the bag. Mahomes comes out, looks like a new man, running up and down the field, making plays, read optioning at the line of scrimmage, calling out shots, the classic Mahomes way. They end up winning that game, and here we go again. A Kansas City Chiefs team that was talked down upon all year, counted out all year, the weakest Mahomes team, suddenly is the best defense Mahomes has ever had, and the offensive weapons are wheeling. They're turning. And looking back at this, I don't think Mahomes can drop a Super Bowl to Brock Purdy. That's what it truly boils down to. Is Patrick Mahomes, when we look back 20 years from now, 25 years from now, when the GOAT conversation is up for debate, when people are talking about Brady, talking about Mahomes, I just don't see a world where Patrick Mahomes drops a Super Bowl. Here we are again, a Super Bowl to Brock Purdy. And that's what it truly boils down to. Because in those big games, like I said, go watch the Niners-Chiefs highlights when they played in Super Bowl 54 when it was Andy Reid against Kyle Shanahan. The second, when it comes into crunch time in the second half, Mahomes gets first downs. The diving 3rd and 5, when he dives for the pylon of the first down, just the chain, not even the pylon, the chain, making plays with his feet. His playmaking ability with his legs when it comes down to crunch time is unreal. And then he's just throwing dots, throwing lasers. He was throwing dots to Travis Kelce. He was throwing dots to Tyreek Hill. Absolutely unreal. His ability to come up in big moments, in big games. Hold on. And that's how I feel about the game. I learned my lesson. We took the Buffalo Bills in Baltimore. The following week, we took the Kansas City Chiefs in Baltimore, from Buffalo to Baltimore. Learned my lesson. And now this year, I'm not going to sit back because I'll live with backing Mahomes and some fluke shit happening. I'll live. I'll say it again. I'll live with backing Mahomes and having some fluke shit happen where the 49ers win the Super Bowl. I won't live with fading Mahomes, fading a GOAT, fading one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not on his way to being one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and watching him win another Super Bowl. I can't do it. I cannot do that. I can't go back-to-back years going to the Super Bowl. And this time, obviously, I was always rooting against him last year. This time, I'm not going to because it's not my hometown team. This time, I am backing him. I know the public money and the bets are all on Mahomes. But are we going to forget that the main liability in Vegas going into this week or going into last week's games were a 49ers future. And also, in the back of my mind, it's also tough to fade the Taylor Swift allegations and narratives. That's a tough thing to do. When Taylor Swift walks into Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, when all the juices are flowing, Travis Kelce's going crazy, Pacheco's running like a literal psychopath, and Mahomes is making plays blindfolded. And Brock Purdy looks like the spotlight is so bright, he needs fucking Oakley sunglasses on. That's a team I don't want to be on. I want to be backing the Kansas City Chiefs. Because when you Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes, we could be looking back 20 years from now and being like, oh, so Patrick Mahomes won back-to-back Super Bowls against Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy? 20, 25 years from now, people, those names could be in the past, and people might not even honestly remember those names. I love Jalen Hurts. I think Brock Purdy, he's a competitor, he's a dog. But when you're looking at the broader picture, Patrick Mahomes has the opportunity to go back-to-back Super Bowls against Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy. I just feel like that is not a bag he is willing to fumble. And that's what it boils down to. Like I said, I'm not counting out the San Francisco 49ers. They have weapons all up and down the field. Shanahan's a genie, but so is Andy Reid. And I want to back the guy, if we do drop down 10 points, isn't going to shit on himself. Because Brock Purdy, yeah, we've seen the last 2 weeks him play from behind. But was that comeback wins for the 49ers? Or was that more so the team on the other side of the football losing? Have the 49ers the last 2 weeks come back to win those games? Or was it more so teams on the other side of the football fumbling those games? Because the Jahmyr Gibbs fumble and the 2 fourth downs not being converted off of drop passes, pretty bad. Pretty bad. And then the week before, the missed field goal into the interception, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So the Kansas City Chiefs, money line, like I said, we already took the Kansas City Chiefs going into the championship round. The Kansas City Chiefs to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Props I'm liking. I locked in one prop. A little one prop play so far. And that was Patrick Mahomes rushing yards over 25.5. It was Travis Kelce higher than 7 receptions. It was Deebo Samuel higher than 14.5 rushing yards. And it was Brock Purdy to throw an interception. That was a four-legger. plus 1,000. Patrick Mahomes higher than 25 rushing yards. Travis Kelce higher than 7 receptions. Deebo Samuel higher than 14.5 rushing yards. And Brock Purdy to throw a pick. Spotlight's going to be heavy on Brock. Threw one last week. Should have thrown a pick 6 against Green Bay on the main stage. Also, let's not forget one more narrative. Patrick Mahomes has never lost a football game in Las Vegas. Patrick Mahomes has never lost a game in Las Vegas. Travis Kelce, higher than 7 receptions. Why? Because he just tied the record last week for most consecutive games with 5+ receptions, tying Julian Edelman for 13 straight playoff games with 5+ receptions. Deebo Samuel, higher than 14.5 rushing yards. Why? Because they're going to utilize him in this game in the run game. I know it. They did it the last time they played in the Super Bowl. They're going to do it again. 14.5 rushing yards. We could get it in one run, one sweep. They'll line him up in the backfield alongside with McCaffrey as well. Then Brock Purdy, like I said, higher than a half interception. Love it. Love it. My first touchdown bet, I may let the roulette table decide it, but right now, it would be silly not to think it would be either Travis Kelce. I can't take Christian McCaffrey. I know it's probably, a free, possibly plus 250, plus 300, but I can't do it. I'll go Kelce or Rashee Rice. I've locked in 3 anytime touchdown scores so far. 3 anytime touchdown scores. 4 Super Bowl 58 that I've locked in thus far are Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, an Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown, and a Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown. Those are my 3. I feel like down in the red zone, Deebo's now due. He got hurt in the divisional, did not score last week in the championship, and now here we are in the Super Bowl. Deebo Samuel just makes sense down in the red zone. We got 8 minutes left in Wisconsin, 5-point ball game. We actually smacked our Fliff anytime touchdown scores last week. We had plus 2,500 boosted on Fliff. It was Brandon Ayuk anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown, Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, and Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. So who are we taking again in the Super Bowl? We are going to take a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. We are going to take an Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown because the man runs like a dog. And then last but not least, we are going to roll with a Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown. Those are the 3 we're locked in so far. We're going to let the roulette table figure out our first touchdown score. That's going to be electric. Whether if it's on 15 for Patrick Mahomes or if it's on 14, 23. We'll do 22 for Kelce since that's Swift's fucking number. Trying to make it a 2-point ball game right now for Wisconsin. This is unreal. Back iron. Brutal. So yeah, those touchdown scores are powered by Fliff. It's 3 in the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll get them boosted again like we did last week. Plus 2,500 last week came home. This upcoming week, we are going to ride Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown, Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown. Those are how we're feeling right now for Super Bowl 58. That's how we're feeling. Taking Kelce because of Swift? No, not necessarily. We're taking Travis Kelce because he came home last week. He came home the week before. And the man's buzzing right now. And he's up for the most playoff touchdown receptions of all goddamn time. And the man is sitting at even money. So that is why we are going to take Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Taylor Swift in the building. Juices are buzzing a little bit more. Last week, the man put the team on his back. And yes, we have riding $10,000 if Travis Kelce wins the Super Bowl MVP. So yes, indeed, we are going to be riding a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. For the love of God, I'm going to take him for 2+ touchdowns for a sprinkle on the side. Travis Kelce 2+ touchdowns for a sprinkle on the side. Because if he brings in 2, we have a $10,000 opportunity on the line for him to bring home Super Bowl 58. You might be thinking to yourself, well, how the fuck would Patrick Mahomes not win Super Bowl MVP? But when you dial it back a little bit, this will now be Mahomes' 3rd Super Bowl. First one, second one, Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. When Tom Brady went back-to-back Super Bowls, as Mahomes is chasing one man, Mr. Brady the GOAT, his 2nd Super Bowl was won. MVP wasn't Brady. It was Deion Branch on his back-to-back. So now here we are, a legacy, a dynasty in the making. Mahomes now winning his 3rd Super Bowl. Young, still young, still a ton of time left as Travis Kelce is making on his way out. Travis Kelce's on his way out. Already retirement rumors. I don't think he retires, but retirement rumors already. Don't you think his main man his main guy, his partner in crime in winning their third Super Bowl, deserves one of the MVPs. If they bring it home, it makes sense. Can't win every Super Bowl MVP. Brady won what? 7 Super Bowls? 2 of them. He wasn't Super Bowl MVP. And it was 2 of his main guys. Unfortunately, it was never Gronk, which is sad. But it was Deion Branch and Julian Edelman. So, leaving us here, could Super Bowl 58 MVP with Taylor Swift in the building and everything else, could it be a Travis Kelce Super Bowl MVP at Super Bowl 58 to bring home $10K? That would be unreal. Oh, my God, got you, man. Missed it. I'll be in tune tomorrow. This guy's just yapping. Let's go, dude. Just listening to this Travis Kelce community. Gosh, the people are. Community parlay. We're going to get into some other props with high edges. Some high edge props. So obviously last week we're coming off the Lions plus 7.5, the Chiefs plus 4.5, a Brandon Ayuk anytime touchdown, a Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown. And in the first game, we had the Travis Kelce and Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. Now for this week, let's dive into some more props. Props. Here we are. Do we have any props on the board thus far? I'm not seeing any props yet. On the edge. Oh, here we are. Hell yeah. Here we are. Some of the higher edge props from Rhythm. We're looking at Deebo Samuel. Very high edge, under 15.5 rushing yards. That's wild. We were kind of feeling a little bit with the Deebo over rushing yards. Remember last week, Rhythm props, they gave us over Odell Beckham receiving yards. They gave us under Lamar Jackson, under 63.5 rushing yards. We have Deebo Samuel under 15.5 rushing yards. The highest edge here on Rhythm. Patrick Mahomes under 1.5 passing touchdowns. High edge. Brock Purdy under 12.5 rushing yards. That feels like one I can get on board with fully. You know, everyone's going to be jumping on board with his over sitting at that number based on the fact that the last 2 weeks he's been getting the job done with his feet. And now that number's sitting at 12.5. What else do we have? Justin Watson, over 16.5 receiving yards. That's something I can get on board with. That man can be buzzing. That just feels like the sneaky play. Justin Watson, make a big play, 25 yards. Feels like a play that I can get behind. Justin Watson, over 16.5 rushing yards. So far, some of these props powered by Rhythm. Under 15.5 rushing yards by Deebo Samuel. I'm not on board with that one. Patrick Mahomes under 1.5 passing touchdowns. These are just the high edge. Don't shoot the messenger. Brock Purdy under 12.5 rushing yards. Justin Watson over 16.5 receiving yards. So those are the high edges. Under 259 passing yards from Mahomes. Gosh, a lot of unders. A lot of unders here on Rhythm. Under 66.5 receiving yards for Rice. Under and rushing for McCaffrey. Under rushing for Mahomes. Under rushing for Pacheco. I guess you got to pick and choose the spots here, even though they're all pretty solid edges. So I'm down to lock in the Justin Watson over 16.5 and Brock Purdy under 12.5 rushing. Those would be our props powered by Rhythm. Those would be our props powered by Rhythm. So we have our anytime touchdown scorers, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, Deebo Samuel locked in. We will be live, not here on Twitch, but we will be live at the game at Super Bowl 58 in Allegiant Stadium once again in Las Vegas. Boys are going to be buzzing. All I can say is I've never been to a Super Bowl where Patrick Mahomes has lost. Last year, this year, here we go again. I'm going to back one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. If you didn't learn your lesson in Buffalo, if you didn't learn your lesson in Baltimore, I know the sharp action, sharp money on the San Francisco 49ers. But I just can't back it. We already have 1,500 riding on the Chiefs over the San Francisco 49ers. We have 10K riding on to bring home 10K on Travis Kelce, Super Bowl MVP. Let's get into some more props. Let's get some props. Looking through here. Some of the early narratives, as we were saying earlier, just absolutely unreal. In the last 30 years, when two teams are traveling east and west, the team traveling west has won 7-0 over the last 30 years. Patrick Mahomes has never won or has never lost in Las Vegas. And we're locking in Justin Watson over 16.5 receiving yards, Brock Purdy under 12.5 rushing yards. We brought home the anytime touchdown parlay last week. We have locked in our anytime touchdown parlay this week. And here are some of these props. Let's talk national anthem. Let's talk Gatorade color. Let's talk. Obviously, we have Super Bowl MVP locked in. National anthem is sitting at 90 seconds. 90 and a half seconds. Last year, we rolled with the over, Chris Stapleton. This year, we have Reba McEntire. Looking back, obviously a lot of narratives have already been floating around. She sung the World Series 1997 national anthem. She sung national anthems in the past at like rodeo events. Like there's been a couple other YouTube spots where events she sung the national anthem. Everyone has flown under 90 and a half seconds. It's floated between 87 and 90. Right now, my first thought is rolling with the under. My first initial thoughts are to roll with the under. Sitting at 90 and a half seconds. Some of her national anthems in the past, 70 seconds, 78 seconds. Unless she's showing up for the big stage, big game. Rolling with under 90 and a half seconds. Right now, my first thought would be under. Geez, they have even Post Malone, America the Beautiful length, 109. Dude, these are absurd. We have Taylor Swift props all up and down the board. Dude, some of these props are absolutely absurd. Taylor Swift to wear matching tops with Brittany Mahomes. Taylor Swift lipstick color. Taylor Swift hairstyle, up or down. Dude, These are absolutely absurd. First shown Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan during the national anthem. First shown during the national anthem, Jason Kelce, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, Jason Kelce shown together. Super Bowl national anthem shown first, Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy. Super Bowl national anthem, number of planes involved. Over under 4.5 for the flyover. Any scoring drive to be less than the anthem. Super Bowl winner to win the coin toss. Team who wins the coin toss to win Super Bowl 58. Travis Kelce to throw up the hard hands during the game. He basically does that every time he scores. Super Bowl 58 MVP to mention Taylor Swift. Number of times Taylor Swift is shown during the Super Bowl 58 broadcast. Then we have the Super Bowl Gatorade color. Last year was purple. Purple's currently the favorite I'm looking at here, plus 250. Blue plus 275. Yellow, green, lime plus 400. Orange plus 450. I believe since 2000, only 2 times the Gatorade color is like correlated with the team's colors, which is interesting. Even though both teams this year are basically red, orange, yellow. Same colors, so then we're looking at a purple or blue, and that makes sense since they are the favorites. 5-point game in Madtown in Madison, Wisconsin. 2:36 on the clock. Dude, the Super Bowl props. We need more of these to come out. I remember how absurd the ones last year were. We need more of these Super Bowl props to drop. Obviously, some of the other main ones, whether it to be a touchback or not. We're going to let the roulette table decide our first touchdown. Octopus. Definitely will be sprinkling on the octopus. Octopus hit last year. That was electric. Octopus. It was around, I forget what the exact odds were last year, but I remember Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts smacked the octopus, and it was like the 4th quarter, I believe. So that was a good scene. That was a good scene. The game was electric last year until the ending. Until the game was called off due to a hold. That was a tough ending to Super Bowl 57. Octopus will definitely be a play. Dude, the Pro Bowl is starting in 9 minutes. Use check over 3.5 yards, lock. I love that. Love that. Rashid Rice, Brandon Ayuk, Noah Gray, Harrison Butker, and MVS. Use check over a half reception. Use check 8 in Super Bowl 54 between the Niners and Chiefs. His anytime touchdown smacked. His yardage prop smacked. He had a glue catch last week. Little sideline toe tap action. We locked in AFC money line for the Pro Bowl. NFC brought it home last year. I can't believe we're actually sweating the Pro Bowl down in Orlando. AFC money line. Feed us AFC money line. I wish they had more props on this game. I wish we could smack a first touchdown score in a flag football game. That would be elite. Little anytime touchdown score. Dude. Ref that bets and go 3-8 are fucking memeing right now in the chat, I feel like. Ref that bets. He's memeing heavy in the chat and putting head 586. They're trolling. They are trolling. But you gotta love it. You gotta respect it. So yeah, today's stream is a little more on the simpler side. Just early thoughts on Super Bowl 58. Gonna be traveling out Thursday to Vegas. Gonna be an electric weekend. We had a great championship round of the NFC Championship, the AFC Championship. We're gonna hopefully continue on with some of these prop bets, some of these anytime touchdown scores, just to bring it home. Obviously, the biggest bet, we're gonna put, continue to add on to the Chiefs money line, as we already have now riding Chiefs to beat the Niners in Super Bowl 58 that we placed before championship weekend. We are now riding it in Super Bowl 58. That's to bring home 1,500 bones. We're going to probably slap another 1,000 bones on the Chiefs money line. We back the Chiefs in Baltimore. We're going to back the Chiefs with all the narratives that are leading into Super Bowl 58. Obviously, like we said, big game, big moment, big players. Patrick Mahomes has never lost in Las Vegas. I believe 7-0. Well, brother, we're LMFAO. Dude. New sub.
Bob with cereals.
Shout out the new sub.
Bob. Bob the Builder.
Will Travis Kel. Oh, Bob with cereals. With the new sub. Shout out the new sub, Bob with cereals. Little game day TikTok. Will Taylor Swift, will Jackson Mahomes post a game day TikTok with Taylor Swift? Will Taylor Swift post a Chiefs bet on her Instagram? Dude, whoever is making these props up are out of their mind. We got the Pro Bowl starting in 5. Pro Bowl starting in 5. We got some early props in. Anytime touchdowns. Debo, Kelsey, and Pacheco. Debo, Kelsey, Pacheco, anytime touchdown scores. Probably end up locking in Travis Kelsey first touchdown. Some of the odds right now for first touchdown. Maybe since we have a little Travis Kelsey for Super Bowl MVP, maybe lock him in for 2+ as well. Anytime touchdown scores. Pacheco's at minus 130 currently. Travis Kelce at even. Debo Samuel at plus 145. First touchdown scores. Travis Kelce for Super Bowl MVP is plus 1,700 currently. First tutty. Travis Kelce plus 800. Don't hate that. Last year, Super Bowl 57 first tutty, Jalen Hurts. And then the Chiefs answered with a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Would like to believe that Kelce gets in first. We got the flag football game. A little flag football game action coming in. Some flag football action on a Sunday afternoon. Early bets in on Super Bowl 58. Some early bets have been placed. We're going to hit a quick bathroom break. And then we have a little flag football action. Quick bathroom in the chat. We good? We got Pro Bowl action. Pro Bowl action. I can't believe we're sweating. AFC money line on a Sunday afternoon. Hopefully the fellas can sling the rock. Come on. Losing brain cells listening for one more. I'm losing brain cells reading this chat from all these bots, dude. I'm losing brain cells from these bots in the chat. Ref that bets from the basement. Do you do NCAA basketball as well? No, I don't do NCAA basketball. We strictly bet Pro Bowl flag football. We strictly do flag football in the Pro Bowl. We're riding Peyton Manning. We're riding the AFC. Bounce back year for the fellas. Come on. Come on. Well, first touchdown score in the Pro Bowl. Wish we could take it. Jalen Hurts starting for the NFC. Let's see how he can sling the rock in a little flag football game. Ref that bets. You got 3 viewers. Yet you're still in the chat though, typing, spending your Sunday afternoon with us, sweating the Pro Bowl. We got a nice little 50-yard field, is it? SVP Orlovsky in the booth. We're riding Travis Kelce heavy in the Super Bowl. So when his anytime touchdown comes home, when his yards come home, his receptions, we're just going to ride high because we have no other option to, because we have 10 grand riding for his Super Bowl MVP. We put down 300 bones a week and a half ago to bring home 10K. So we have no other option than to take his anytime touchdown. First touchdown's still up in the air. We're going to let the roulette table decide that. And we're going to sprinkle 2+ tutties as well. 7 players, 50-yard field at their own 5. Dude, this guy makes no sense. Tua steps back. Nice little drop, flat route to Mostert to start the game. Dude, there's 12 minutes on the clock in these quarters. Is it 2 halves or quarters? This is unreal. I don't know what we would be frauding about. Tua mic'd up, calling the plays. Can't believe we have the AFC and Tua's already making bonehead throws. Oh, there goes Tyreek. Nice. That's huge. Tyreek Hill, first touchdown. Tyreek Hill, anytime touchdown. Do you imagine if we could have taken that? Dude, this is like a joke. Like, it's actually, like, the fact that we bet the AFC, like, this is, like, the fact that you could bet anything on this game is a joke. These guys are literally just walking around. Because they started into this with the points. Dude, Tua's already asking for it's a flag football game. He's looking for a flag. Like, what the hell are we doing? Jalen Hurts stepping off under center. AFC, NFC, all right. Now we got a little Jalen Hurts action from the goal line. Each drive starts at the 5. First pass complete to Jakey Ferguson. Dude, I don't know what's up with the chat. I have no idea what this ref for that bets is talking about. I don't know. This guy's out of his mind. We're literally just watching a nice little Pro Bowl afternoon, and this guy's tweaking in his mom's basement. Oh, is that a fumble? We got an incomplete pass intended to Jake Ferguson. Hey man, I'm just sitting back doing the stream. I don't know what he's tweaking about. Just watching an AFC NFC Pro Bowl. CD anytime. CD touchdown. Jalen Hurts to CD Lamb. Dude, are they going to score like 1,000 points? Is this actually 4 quarters? It's going to be like 80 to 100. Imagine if you were able to take anytime touchdown scores in this game and you just took everyone. That would be unreal. And they get the 2-point conversion to DeAndre Swift. Clock's nonstop, 7:40 on the clock. New first down on the 5 for the AFC. Both teams get 2 timeouts. Mr. Beast Gaming, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're just watching an AFC Pro Bowl. 19:15, 7:20 on the clock. Tua drops back. A little shuffle. Oh my gosh, Tyreek is just going to try to run. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was insane. That was insane. We got some trickery on the first down for the AFC. $6:30 on the clock. Incomplete pass. Jamar Chase. To a midfield, second down. Pass complete, Keenan Allen. Third and goal, dude. Oh my God. We really gonna get stopped? This is unreal. Five minutes on the clock. Third and goal from the 17. Oh my God. That's not going to get in. You got to toss it. Toss it, toss it, toss it. Oh my God. Keenan Allen almost gets in. Keenan Allen almost gets in. We got a fourth and goal. Are the kids still tweaking in the chat? I have no... Fourth and goal. Dude, he almost just had a pick six. I can't believe they just got stopped on the goal line. AFC gets stopped on the goal line. It was almost a pick six. Dude, these kids, why are these kids tweaking? I can't believe Tua almost just threw a pick six. We're going to need... We are going to need a stop by the NFC. Going to need a stop by the NFC. Let's see this AFC possession. Get maybe a defensive stop. Excuse me, NFC possession. Hopefully the AFC can get this stop. We got the NFC, AFC Pro Bowl. CeeDee Lamb, touchdown. Tyreek Hill, touchdown to start the game. Already got things started. And again, we're riding the Chiefs. To recap, Super Bowl 58, riding the Chiefs. Riding the Chiefs. Riding the Chiefs. We have a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown and Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. Riding it again, once more, just like last week. And we're going to ride a Deebo Samuel anytime touchdown. So those are our three anytime touchdown scores. Our first touchdown is to be decided, our Super Bowl MVP, as we are riding from last week, before last week, as we said, a Travis Kelce MVP for Super Bowl 58 would be something. As we have the first drive, or the first play of the drive to Puka Nacua. He flips it back. Is that a fumble? It's just called incomplete. (19 to 15). 3:30 on the clock. Ball at the 10. Little trick pass. Little trick play. Oh! So when you start at the 5, is it just like a full fourth to goal? So is this 3rd and goal? There's no, is there a first down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's first down.
What's it say? First and what?
No, third and midfield is
3rd and midfield. All right. 3rd and midfield. Dude, it is Jalen Hurts overthrow DK Metcalf. A quick overthrow for the NFC. That's helpful. We have 4th down. Dude, he had him. That's not a good sight to see for Jalen. What happened? Shout out AFame 19. Shout out AFame 19. The sub. First quarter clock is ticking. That's what they call it, play clock? Yeah. After this drive's fine. Still debates going on the field. What the hell just happened? NFC would have had a first down. What just happened? So they gave AFC the ball? What just happened? So AFC gets the touchdown. We just went from a first down for the NFC past midfield to a Jamar Chase touchdown. You got to get the 2 here. Just throw like 2 and just throw it to Tyreek Hill. Just throw it to Reek. So you only have a certain amount of time to throw the football. 47 seconds in the first quarter. Good day. Good day. We got 21-19 first quarter ending. AFC on top. Sweating out AFC ML. AFC money line. So the first quarter comes to an end. We will let you guys know the schedule for this upcoming weekend as we will be in Vegas. First quarter comes to an end in Orlando. End of the first quarter as we are sweating out AFC money line. That will do it for today. Ran through some bets, ran through some props, we are riding the Chiefs early week thoughts, some narratives. Stay tuned for everything else to come. We appreciate you. We thank you. And until next time, we will see you. Have yourself a Sunday.